In this video, I really want to talk about crankbaits. I love catching fish on a crankbait. I always have. I think one of the biggest misconceptions about crankbaits is that flat-sided crankbaits are only for cold water. And honestly, that couldn't be further from the case. In this video, we're going to talk about it. Now, before we get into the video, this one's brought to you by my apparel company, Fin Fishing. Right now for the month of August, just a few more days, if you buy any of the USA made sun shirts, one of the only USA made sun shirts out there on the market, you get a free American Bass t-shirt. This is a tri-blend t-shirt. It's kind of cream, I guess, in color. It's technically called natural, but anyways, it's a very comfortable t-shirt, and right now it is free with the purchase of a sun shirt. So all you got to do, add the sun shirt that you like to cart, add the size of the t-shirt that you want to cart. It will automatically discount at checkout. Shopping at Fin Fishing, it's truly the best way to help support the channel. I greatly appreciate all of you guys who have done so. All right, let's talk about flat sides a little bit. Now, one of the biggest things that people love about flat sides is how well they work in cold water. And don't get me wrong, this is one of the best cold water baits that you can throw. And the reason that it is so good in cold water is because, you know, that flat side, I call it, it has more of a wiggle as opposed to a wobble. Some crankbaits have that big wobble where this has more of a tight wiggle. I don't know if wiggle or wobble is used correctly in that situation. That's just what I've always thought. But it has a very tight action. It's very subtle. Also, a lot of flat-sided crankbaits are actually made out of wood. This particular Berkeley one, the Fritz side, it's not made out of wood. I like it a little bit more at times because it's a very consistent bait. I know that if I lose this one, I'm gonna get the exact same one in the next package. But a lot of your flat-sided wood baits can also be phenomenal baits. The only thing is that they might all be a little bit different. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying that wood baits are not good, because they're absolutely really good little balsa baits. But I love the consistency of just a good old Berkeley Fritz side. The thing about, again, a flat-sided crankbait is it's very tight, it's very subtle. And I just talked a couple of days ago about a couple of baits that I like when things are really, really tough. This kind of falls into those same lines. And the thing about it is, anytime you have really tough conditions, whether that is tough because of fishing pressure or because of weather, random weather systems that you have, whether that's in the dead of summer, whenever it may be, maybe you're like where we are right now, where it's late summer, early fall, you know, it's just tough fishing. Flat sides can be really good in those situations because of how tough things are. It has a very subtle action. Now, I talked the other day about how I don't, like, one of the biggest things that I hate doing when it's really, really tough out is slowing down. And the truth behind that is that it is smarter to slow down if you know where the fish are. But so many lakes that we go to, we're still out there trying to figure out the fish, trying to find fish, locate fish, trying to see what stretches these fish want. It's so hard for me to just go down a random stretch and fish something really, really slow in the dead of summer or when it's really highly pressured conditions, because it's just hard for me. Like, personally, it's hard for me. It's probably not hard for all of you, but I like to be able to cover a lot of water. I would rather fish five or six different stretches in the time it takes one guy to fish one stretch really slow with like a shaky head or something like that. I feel like my odds at finding maybe a little group of fish go up. Now, one of the baits that I do that a lot with, no matter the time of the year, is a little flat-sided crankbait like this, because this thing just gets bit. It just gets bites. And if you think about a crankbait, you know, a lot of times a crankbait is going to best resemble, it's going to best, what's the word that I'm looking for? This happens to me all the time. You guys probably know the word that I'm looking at. It is looking the most like a shad. I don't know why I can't think of that word. Post it down below so that my brain can see it. Anyways, it like resembles a shad the best. And so if you think about the way that a shad looks, or a bait fish like a bluegill, they are more vertical, right? They're not like circular cylinder, bait fish. Shad and bluegill are taller and skinnier. And that is what a flat-sided crankbait is. So the big point of the conversation that I'm trying to have with you today is that a flat-sided crankbait can be good year-round, not just in the winter. And the thing about it is it might even be better at times during the summer because of the sole fact that everybody believes of how good it is during cold water. So people just don't even have them with them half the time in their box during the summer and during tough conditions. They have them at home. They bring them out, in November, and they have them in their box until March. But after that, they keep that box at home. So if you keep it with you, I'm telling you what, you can get bit off these things a lot more than you probably think. So just think about that the next time that you go fishing. It's also a great bait to fish behind anglers. If you've ever been on lakes, sometimes you just go to lakes and you know that they're gonna bite a crankbait. There's so many lakes out there where it just screams crankbait. Maybe a lot of guys are throwing square bills down riprap banks. Maybe a lot of guys are throwing on rocky banks that are those 45-degree banks. You see them a lot all over the place. That also kind of screams crankbait. There's a lot of situations out there that scream crankbait, and they can be great for other crankbaits. But if you are fishing around those people and you want to be different, pick up a flat side, no matter what time of the year it is. So guys, flat side crankbait, it's a good little bait. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a comment down below. Please tell me what that word is that I was trying to imitate. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say, imitate. Got it. All right. I will see you guys tomorrow.